Welcome back, my lovelies. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and follow. If you are a returning follower, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, judging by my ingredients today, we will be making custard. Yes, custard. Or should I be a little more specific? We're making egg custard. For those of you from our town, we met in custard, yeah? Custard. So follow these simple ingredients on the screen and let's go. I'm going to start by adding a pan on the stove, medium heat, to heat up my milk. I'm going to measure out how many cups more or less I'm going to use, and then I'm going to start to crack my eggs. Right here, I'm just taking the yolk out of the egg because where I come from, that is what we do. We take the yolk out of the egg so the egg don't be rank. If I know what rank me in, so it doesn't smell. So I'm just taking out the yolk, and as you can see, this yolk gave me a run for my money. It did not want to come out. So we're going to crack however much egg you feel like using is how many cups of custard we're going to use. So in this recipe, I'm going to use exactly 6 eggs. 6 eggs. After taking the yolk out of my egg, I'm going to add that to a large bowl, and I'm going to start to whisk my eggs. After whisking my eggs, I'm going to add sugar. Remember, everything is to taste. For all of you who might be grossed out or afraid about this little part right here, yeah, you have to taste some raw egg. It not gonna kill you. It not gonna do you nothing. It not strengthen your back. For some men, we got weak back. The sugar is based off taste. After adding my sugar, we're going to whisk. When it comes to custard, you gotta whisk your egg really good. After adding my eggs, I'm going to go in with vanilla again. It's based off your preference, how much or how little of the vanilla taste, the nutmeg taste that you want, including the sugar. So taste as you go. Yes, I did end up tasting my batter throughout. And offered a little bit of egg. Like I said, not gonna kill you. You'll be okay. We're gonna go in with a pinch of salt. We always have to balance out when we're using salt with sugar, sugar with salt, vice versa. After adding my pinch of salt, you whisk again. Throughout this whole process, you have to whisk. And I see I get a little tired now. Then I'm going to go in with my nutmeg. Again, nutmeg is based off your preference of how much you love this spice or how much you hate it. There's no option of not putting it in because it helps to go into the custard because it's a part of the custard, but it all depends on how much you want to taste it. I like my spices, so as you can see, I'm adding quite a bit of nutmeg. So custard reminds me somewhat, for those of you who might not know, of somewhat like a creme brulee, but it's softer and the top of it is not as hard. Well, the top of it is not hard at all. Now I'm going to go in with my warm milk that was on the stove. We're going to warm the milk on the stove, but not to boil it, just for it to get a little warm. We don't want it that hot that it starts to cook the egg. After adding our warm milk, we're whisking again. And there goes my little guy. He was begging for condensed milk. We're going to go in with our sweetened condensed milk. I want to say that this part right here might be optional. If you do it, you don't have to use sugar. Or if you use sugar, you don't have to use it. I like to use a little bit of both. So I decided to use my condensed milk. And again, we're going to whisk, whisk, whisk. We're going to whisk like it ain't no tomorrow. Custard, you have to whisk really well. And here I go. I am tasting my batter. Like I say, egg not kill you, it raw. It's not going to kill you. It needed more vanilla for me. So I went in with my vanilla. And then we're whisking again. And there goes my baby again. He was fighting me all night for that condensed milk. Remind me of my childhood days. And here is the star of the show. You're going to go in with some type of black liquor of your choice. Well, I'm not going to say some type because custard calls for brandy. So you have to have some type or some brand of brandy, and it have to be dark liquor. After whisking really well and combining our ingredients, now you're going to what I want to say, measure these off in measuring cups. You can use coffee cups, tea cups. I have these little what are these? I want to say some little trays that I found at Aldi one day. They're really good and they're cute. They have little lids, and we're going to measure off our custard. You don't have to be fancy about it. You just need bowls that can withstand going into the oven in order for these to bake. So I'm going to measure these off in my custard cups or my little fancy cups, and into the oven they will go. But before I do that, I am going to add some water to my pan just so it helps the custard not to, I want to say, overcook while they're in the oven. I mean, he was so persistent. He keep coming back for that condensed milk. Tell her how to kick him out of the kitchen. But here I am going in with my water in my baking bowl to help these custard when they go into the oven. And I know we black, therefore everything will go in on 350. And after about 45 minutes, checking your custard because you don't want to overcook or undercook your egg. This is what our custard are looking like. Be careful with that brandy because too much will have you on your, I don't want to say what my grandmother would say, but it will have you on your toes. Let me know down in the comments, what do you call this? Custard, egg custard, where you're from, if you call it custard, if you call it something else, and how it is that you guys do it. I hope you guys give this recipe a try and let me know how you like it. Bye.